cannot hear the presentation, or we cannot hear the sound. Hold up. Sorry to
See,
interrupt.
that's the one thing is I'm unsure if you could hear through the camera. That's one thing I don't know.
think we can.
But you
No,
can
you
always
won't
look
be
it
able
up
to.
on YouTube.
Not through virtual
Unfortunate,
camera.
but just go to YouTube and then you can look it up later. I'm not your mom. Anyway, moving on. Purple Frog. This guy, I found out about him today when I was putting this together. His head got shrunk. It's like all of the genetic material went to his thick legs, and then none of it went to his head. They live on boulders and rocky landscapes, and they have seen the end times. They know when you will die, and it is soon.
Just
and it is
realized
fire.
that I'm muted.
Thank you.
Just...
That's it.
Oh man.
How did you find
Okay,
today's
no,
frog?
we're here now.
Like, very curious.
We're here now.
The purple frog.
Yes.
I was looking up different frogs because I was like, you know,
Aesthetic.
I need some more frogs for this
We're judging them,
presentation,
that makes
and
behind
I
the
was
scenes
scrolling
here.
and I scrolled a little bit too far, I think, and then he.
Very spooky and
Very nice.
Bam.
Very nice. Also,
We
I
are
forgot
yeah,
to
we're judging him
introduce the
behind the
judges.
scenes
We
here.
also have Bam, Bam Brass. We have Mr. Spooky as well as Jiro.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
They will also be asking some questions as well. Thank you for the hydrate, Leo. But yes, hopefully you enjoy the presentation on vlogs from Numi. That was great. I was laughing, I will say. I was laughing. Why are you pummeling with bits right now? Not the time to do it. Rawr. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Any other questions that y'all have? Curiosity? Okay, genuinely,
Not
what's a
the chicken.
tenderloin?
You don't know what a tenderloin is? Oh my god!
Bear.
Oh my god.
Is it a piece of meat?
What?
Yes.
Bear.
What?
Yes, it is. It's a piece of meat.
Oh, I thought you were like talking
It's a
about
sand.
like,
It's like a sandwich.
I thought you were talking about like another animal. Like, what the fuck is another tenderloin? I'm so sorry. This is what I mean. I'm like, I'm gonna be stupid half the time.
Bear.
It is a Midwest staple sandwich that is notoriously bigger around than the bun is. Like, you're talking like a regular sized bun and then like a dinner plate sized piece of meat that's deep fried.
Yep. That's good stuff right
So
there.
it's not like a.
It's nice.
Hold on. Okay, doesn't mean.
No, it's
This is news at the berry.
I need to shut up.
Wow.
What?
Thank you for sharing our products. Learn something new. Learn something new additionally.
I just have one question.
very good.
What was the name of that
Yeah.
lake again?
Oh, it's Lake Titicaca. And he I
Gotcha,
didn't
okay.
his
Oh.
nickname is the
Mhm.
Scrotum Frog. So he's the Scrotum Frog and he lives in Lake Titicaca.
All right. All right.
Hyper points.
I had to be sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a question for
Yeah.
the presenter. In the absence of frogs to lick, how would you find your prince?
Oh, that's a good question. I would have to say I would be like a Goldilocks situation where I would go into like a bear den and like just be like, I'm gonna try to hug all these bears, try to find the best bear, and then when I hug the best bear, then it's gonna turn into a prince.
All right. Thank you. And put it in my notes. Get Stockholm
You're welcome.
syndrome by a bear. Okay. Thank you.
Alrighty then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah.
Very good. Very good.
See, Frog, where's the mountain chicken? I don't know where the mountain chicken is.
Think.
I have a question from a den mate. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can the audience ask questions? So we have somebody here asking, I see Frog, but where's the mountain chickens?
What? This is
Mountain
a presentation about frogs.
No, but
Not
a mountain
bacillus.
chicken. No, mountain chicken is a frog.
Oh, mountain chicken. I thought you just
Yeah.
said chicken. You know, I only had so much time to do this as I got distracted working on cutting out scales, and so I did this presentation in like 40 minutes.
Oh man.
And there's so many frogs. There's so many wonderful frogs. Go out into nature and find a frog for you today.
Yeah, then mates, go out and lick a frog today. That's what we have.
So
Maybe not do that.
Is the bear muted?
Am I muted?
Yeah. Yes.
Was
I believe
muted?
Bear Bear is muted.
It's okay.
Yep.
I literally said, don't be responsible for any frog licking that will happen. That Nobody's not responsible.
No, I am not responsible for anyone who frogs.
The bear told me to do it.
The bear told me to lick a frog.
No, I
Okay.
specifically said not to lick the frog. If you look right
Okay.
here.
We are moving over to Kiba. Kiba, you're on. You're on deck. Or no,
Bye.
you're not on. You're not on deck. Thank you, Numi.
Thank you, Numi.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Numi.
Numi.
Kiba, you're muted.
You're welcome.
Sorry. Good morning.
Morning.
You're fine.
Good morning. Okay. Hi. Hi, I'm Kiba. That's me. That's me. Today I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about one of my favorite hobbies and one of the fun many things that I do on the side. Today it's photography. We're gonna talk about why, how, when.
Bear Bear, not showing
Did I
it.
say how? You might be thinking, do you like photography? Also, what the fuck is? What is? Well, psst, 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 psst. Come here. Let me tell you
Yeah.
about photography and how it works. With your beautiful lips. Shut up. That's great. You want to try it? That's amazing. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm your mother. I'm proud of you. But where do you start? Well, don't worry. Calm the fuck down. Seriously, calm down. You're stressing everybody out. Just buy a DSLR camera. What's a DSLR camera, you might be wondering? Well, a digital single reflex lens. A digital single lens reflex camera. And what's that? What's that, Kiba? What do you mean? Those are just words to me. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I'm here to explain. I'm gonna make everything better, okay? Don't you worry. I got you. So, this right here is a very simple mechanism. You see that diagonal line in the middle there? That's your reflex lens. And that right there is gonna go down. What's behind it? Well, look at the number, silly. It's number 4. That's the image sensor. That right there is absorbing the light from the reflex lens and shooting it back up into the mechanics of the camera. So, your image sensor is absorbing the light, and your reflex lens is shooting it back up so that you can see it through the pentaprism. Basically, think of it as like a mirror on a mirror, right? And as you can see on this lens, it's not numbered, but there are 3 separate sections of the lens. And we're going to talk about those in just a moment. But first, all you need to know is what
okay,
you're looking
it's
at.
working. Good.
DSLR camera, mirrorless camera. You might be thinking to yourself, oh, but Kiba, what's the difference?
What
I
the
hear
drink?
mirrorless cameras are really in right now. Maybe I
just a
should be
beer.
buying one of those. No,
I didn't
No.
I didn't know you guys heard
don't
that. I'm
do
sorry.
it. The only reason why I say this is because if you're a beginner and you're thinking about getting a mirrorless camera, look, right now, they're a great
Oh, man.
idea. There are a lot of options, but
Excuse me.
they don't have anywhere near as much gear for them right now. There are less lens capabilities, less attachments, less everything, right? They're great, but frankly, they're a completely new build that we're still working out, very obviously. The same way that we used to work out DSLR cameras when they first came out. So,
Okay, that's
this
working.
is what you need
okay.
to know.
Yeah, it's working
That
now.
reflex
Good.
lens comes down. Once that reflex lens comes down, the image or the light, as we'll talk about, will hit back onto that image sensor, allowing the camera to absorb and understand the information that it is being given. Fantastic. But you still might be losing yourself, just like Eminem did that one time. And wondering, but what the fuck are all these buttons? What is going on right now? I'm very confused, Kiba. What are all these numbers? Don't worry, I'm gonna tell you. We're gonna talk about it. First things first, these are the things that you need to know about. ISO, shutter speed, and aperture. Don't worry about the rest. Don't worry about the rest. Those are the 3 components that you need to know if you're gonna start photography. You might be thinking, wait, this is a lot. Well, don't worry. I got you. I'm gonna explain it. It's very, very simple. You know those 3 parts of the lens that we talked about? Well, one of them is a single enclosure of the lens, which is the aperture. And essentially what this does is this controls the amount of light. If you look at the aperture chart above, you'll see that this ring is going from very small to very, very large, very open, right? You can see that the white space is getting larger. That is essentially the light. How much light are we letting in, right? The less light that you have, the more specific your range, right? In other words, the higher the aperture, the more specific your range. You're essentially looking at getting as much of a in-between as you can. The larger you make this, the closer you're looking at getting towards the lens, essentially. So it controls the opening in the lens that allows light to enter the camera onto the sensor, or if you're using a film camera, onto the film, right? And the size of this opening can be adjusted by changing the aperture. As you can see, it's sometimes called the f-stop, but you'll notice that adjusting the blades can adjust the size of the opening, which allows for different resolutions of light to come through. Right? Kind of simple. Same thing for shutter speed. Pretty self-explanatory, right? But I will explain it for anyone that may not know. Shutter speed is exactly how quickly the camera is able to capture something, or light, if you will. I would like to specifically note that as a beginner, you shouldn't just be thinking of this as an image, you should be thinking of this as light, because a lot of what you're doing as a photographer is manipulating, controlling, and dispersing with light.
Oh,
All
yes.
that you're doing is controlling light. That's
I don't know
the
what she's
majority
but...
of what you're doing. So, we've already talked about how much light, we've already talked about how fast the light can be captured. But now let's talk about fake light. It's fake. It's not real. We're talking about ISO. That's right. So ISO is essentially fake light. It stands for International Organization of Standardization. No, I'm joking. ISO is the sensitivity set changed in the shooting once it's been shot. Once you've done this, you can develop a new ISO standard on an image. However, you are supposed to do it live.
Okay.
What this does, it essentially masks the image white capture, and
You should move our
it will
subtitles as well.
boost
Actually, no, I think that's
whatever
fine.
white light, in a way, like to just put it in a basic understanding, whatever kind of white light you're getting. So you can get something really, really, really
Thank you for
low,
the hydrate,
right?
Toby.
Really low lighting, and you can
should
boost
it?
up that light.
I would
However,
put on
you're
my
going to
drink
start to
cam,
get
but
gray in your image, like you're seeing here. If I
I don't think it's working right
move
now.
my stinky face over a little bit. Yeah, the further you go up on that scale with a lower lighting, so this
that
this
was-
needs to be put into
It's too
better
bright here.
words. Sorry. If you have high
But like,
sensitivity,
I don't want
right?
to cover the presentation.
But you have
so
a low lighting
not that
on
one,
your
this one.
set or
There we go.
wherever you're shooting, or whatever the scene is, you're gonna have more grain. So if I shoot something at nighttime and I have a really high ISO, it's gonna be a ridiculous set of grain if I haven't properly lit.
What
So
should make
you
for
might be
a
wondering
dream?
what that looks like. We're gonna talk about it. Here, I'm gonna show you a few images. The first one we're gonna talk about is a low f-stop. In other words, we're gonna talk about
Ooh.
someone very close and a bokeh image and a really high shutter speed. And this is a kind of lower ISO. This is a lower ISO because I've already lit the shot. I've got the whole scene there.
Is it
With
6
this in
PM?
particular image, this was shot in a place that had very sort of minimalistic lighting, so we had to bring our own, and that was no problem. Yeah. This isn't a good example of a very low f-stop and a very high shutter speed so that I can capture that detail. Basically, any movement is accounted for with a high shutter speed. Although, if you were to get something with a low shutter speed, you might be wondering what that looks like. So, I will give you something with a high aperture, right? Starting from the left, in other words, the high numbers, 22, and something with a really low shutter speed. This is what we can also call a long exposure. It's called a long exposure because you're exposing the shutter to more light and more movement. So that can look something like this, where basically what I've gotten is the camera completely upside down on the street, and I've just done this long exposure, bunch of cars going past. This is essentially on like an interchange, and that's what that can look like. This is just a bunch of cars. Can you see the cars? Not at all. Because it's a long exposure, it doesn't take those still perfect images of solid objects. It just grabs the light, because that's all it can grab. Because essentially everything is moving so fast, right? And then you might be wondering, okay, Key, but that's great, but what about your ISO when it comes to these? And what about if you were to do something that's a little bit more in between? So this is a lower aperture with a mid to sort of high range shutter and a little bit more ISO because this is a darker scene and I'm intentionally using fake light to put this in. So if you're in this sort of situation where you're like, okay, this is a dark place and I'm not sure how to grab this, DSLRs are fantastic for this because DSLRs and their ISO is actually useful. Cheaper cameras are really not. If you're just getting a point and shoot, you're not going to get the same sort of capability. So, if I were to do an in-between, this is a portrait in-between. And as you can see, I've manipulated a bit of the light here. I've just used a mirror on top. You can ignore that. But you can see what kind of a difference that makes when I have a little bit more ISO in there. I have that, as we
Alright.
said, I've
What
got
that
that
means.
lower f-stop, which means everything sort of in between I'm capturing, everything behind I'm not, and everything in front I'm not capturing. But the details in between, because of that shutter speed, are working. However, it's a little bit grainy because of that ISO. Now, moving on to something that is of the other extreme. If I were to grab something with a much, much, much lower shutter speed, a more captured f-stop, and a lower ISO, because I don't really care about the light, because I know that the amount of light that I'm letting in is going to be enough, right? Again, these are all things that I highly recommend playing around with. These 3 settings are going to set you off into the future. This right here is a perfect example of what that might look like. And you can see that there's supposed to be a person here. and you can see that there's cars and traffic going past. That tram stopped for just long enough for me to be able to capture it. Same with the person. But everything else, right? Everything else that's moving is gone. But everything that stayed still for just long enough is there, and everything that's solid is also there. So this is a good example of what you can do with this sort of setup if you have a DSLR. And which is why I would recommend, if you're gonna start with photography, get yourself a cheaper DSLR. Get the T80, get the D3500, get the Sony Alpha, whatever, you know? I highly recommend the Sonys, by the way. They have a really good color capture.
We have 1 more minute.
That's pretty much it. Thank you for all your watching and understanding and listening to me yap. I love this. So yeah, that's it. That's me.
Yay!
Thank you, Kiva. That was so
Thank you.
technical. I once again learned today. I feel that's what's gonna be a lot of today's like competition, which I appreciate. So thank you, Kiva. So, what's your favorite photo that you have taken?
What's my favorite photo?
You don't have to show it. You can just
Oh,
like just
lordy.
describe it if you have to, just briefly.
Oh, if I show it, I'm gonna dox myself.
Don't dox yourself. We're
yeah.
looking at your whole browser.
Yeah.
Bro. I'm just telling you that right now.
I know.
I'm gonna tell you, stop right there.
It's fine. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to show you right now.
Okay.
No
worries.
that last one was definitely one of them. I think this one here was definitely one of them, but I wouldn't say it's my most favorite. Yeah, I have some actually you know what? I take it back. I probably can show you actually. Give me 2 seconds. I will just say though, it's mostly portraiture, and I think it is
What's that?
this one from a cinematography sort of dealio that I was doing. That I was doing for a movie-inspired set.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Bye.
Any questions from the other judges? Thank you for showing that.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Well, what would be your toughest like photo, like to capture basically?
My toughest photo?
Yeah.
Oh.
Out of just the ones you showed.
My
you don't have to,
toughest photo is my toughest photo is, well, I've worked a lot in low light. Some of the toughest photos I've had to get have been action shots that I've done for skaters and skateboard companies, for getting the skateboarder and getting them in a nice light, and as well as getting a movement that I enjoy, but also that everyone can enjoy, something in mid-action where, yes, a high shutter speed can really help me, and controlled lighting can help me, but usually you don't get that option when you're doing outdoorsy stuff, you know, you're using a lot of natural light, and especially when something's moving, it's not easy to manipulate any of the light by using like a dimmer or a reflection pad. So you're kind of working in the scene, in the outdoors, and you've also got to be able to control yourself to get this shot, because a lot of the time when you're working with things like that, someone might be like skating over you or going over you with a dirt bike, or going over your camera with a dirt bike, or whatever it might be, and you've got to get that shot. Like, you want to be in the right place to get just that right timing. And yeah, it's all timing, and you know, you might have to try that like 10 times, you know.
Oh.
Yeah,
See.
those are I would say some of the most difficult shots. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What camera settings would you recommend if I want to take a selfie of myself licking a frog?
I would, if you're
God
doing
damn
it, well, I think if you do it by your window, use a high shutter speed. Use a timer so that you can get
Okay.
all of your glory in there.
Yeah. Okay.
And make sure you have a reasonably easy f-stop, so nothing too crazy. You know, go to like an 8. That way you can
Okay.
get a lot of yourself in there and no background. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want
Okay.
all of that frog. All that frog.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm just gonna make notes. Here. Tongue, frog,
I have a
and
question,
window.
but
Thank you.
it will be for later.
Okay.
I will ask you for help on how to set up a camera to take a picture of the stars, because I've been trying to do that for years and I can never do it right.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah, that's it. Though.
Okay, this is like a technical question, like with the one with the no, cause like I love the ones when you have like the cars and you don't see them and like you see like the blur light effect.
Oh, long
like,
exposures?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm obsessed. Like how long did that shot take? Like how long were you like letting the exposure go for? That's actually just
That
really
one. Okay, so due to the shutter speed on that one, because the shutter speed I did was actually so low, in seconds it would probably be about. I would say I think that one was under 10,
Okay.
but no further than 10. Yeah. Sometimes I leave them for a good one. Oh god, excuse me. Sorry, my throat has been really killing me. I think sometimes I leave them for a good while, but yeah, that one was a pretty quick one. I just got it as the reason why it looks like that is because it was a really quick intersection. There's a busy intersection there, a lot of things going on, so really easy to get that sort of exposure. And you can't see it in there, but I can tell you for certain that there's a tram. There's a tram in there. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kiba. I learned.
Of course.
And now I know
Thank
more
you.
about you, which is always also really awesome when talking about these things. So thank you, Kiba.
Thank you,
up
Kiba.
Next is Harley. What's up?
I'm getting distracted because I see Leo. He keeps moving around. He's zoomed in on his face.
Yeah, look at your stupid face, Leo. God damn it.
Now the ads are done, so we did Q&A during your ads, so apologies for that, Kiva. But I got to ask questions. That's why I was just like,
Yeah.
be a dig on that. But next is Harley. Thank you so much, Kiva. Give your round of applause, folks, and also like hype in the chat
Yay,
if
thank
can, as
you.
appreciate
Pipes in the chat for
it.
Kiba.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kiba.
Heck yeah. Let me know when I'm good to go.
You're good. You're on the air now.
Okay. You may be asking yourself, how do I relate? And by I mean me, Harley HTTV. How do I relate to the young kids?
Are you supposed to be frozen? Just letting you know, your model is frozen in place at the moment.
Why is my model frozen in place? Excuse me.
Doesn't it frozen to
Excuse
me?
No?
No.
Let me reload it.
Oh, there you
Let
go.
me reload.
There you
I'm
go.
reloading it. It's gonna take a second, YouTube Studio. Now you might be asking yourself, Harley HTTV, how do you relate to the kids? I have one story. Tell them. It's my
Glitchy
auto.
for me. I'm so
my-
sorry.
What?
It's glitchy for me. It's not smooth. It keeps either stuttering or you're frozen. Like unless I do
I
a small
think
one.
you need to stop seeing everyone else's stream at the same time.
Oh, that's
you
like
might need to focus on his.
that's what I was trying to do. Okay. Let me
This is
hold
my-
chat. Hold chat. Technical
holding.
difficulties.
You know what? Technical
Right
difficulties
click and
means I
hit
relate
stop
to the
watching
youth even
for
more.
each one.
Yeah, because I'm not watching. Because everyone's just a camera at the moment. So hold, please. We're doing.
Holding. If you have any horses, chat, please hold those as well.
I have a horse. Well, it's my neighbor's horse. I stole it. Don't tell them.
Yeah,
I want a
yeah.
horse.
Well, I try to figure out technical things. Yeah.
I don't have a horse. I'm just kind of an equestrian pedestrian.
Thank you for the hydrate, Toby.
Yeah, we're not on.
I'm running out of soju. I should probably make some
If
more.
I need to turn off the model, I can turn off the model too. I
No,
don't
no, no,
mind
no, no,
doing
no,
that.
no, no.
No,
I'm gonna
it's
try to
definitely
say
on.
that we-
It's on Barry's side. It's on Barry's side.
Okay.
Because on my side, I can see you clear as day.
Wow.
It's Keith. I took up all the participant stuff right now. Let me see if I could just. Yeah, just hold. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Holding.
Sorry.
You don't need to
chat.
apologize. My baby boy Bennett, my little angel of a Black Lab is here to help for any technical issues.
Aw.
Last few times he was here to help, he unplugged my PC. So I really hope his solution is not turn it off and turn it back on again. He only has one. He has one trick in the book, and it's to unplug my PC. This little scamp.
Yeah, let's go, Bennett.
No, don't give him permission. He's got pettiness in his eye and hate in his heart.
Do it.
I'm going to ask for like the other participants to turn off their cam for now. If anything, that might help me on my end. So
Yeah, it shouldn't affect their side, so it should be fine.
Heck yeah.
yes, it's a lot smoother. Oh,
Leo
Okay.
is in the
Yeah,
there you
restroom,
go.
so
It's
he
probably-
wanted to show.
It's
Oh,
probably
okay.
the Discord app being goofy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good now. Okay,
Good to
we're
go?
back at it now. So we're back. Sorry.
Okay.
Hello.
Bennett is all started up, so you may hear barks. Or not barks. You may hear attacks,
Hello.
I should say.
Hello.
But here's what I'm coming at you, chat.
Uh,
How do I
should be good.
relate to the youths? I got one
yeah.
life story to explain to you, and that's how to whip it and skip it. G Money story.
That should be good.
My journey from rock
Okay.
skipping to throwing it back in a respectful manner. For those that don't know, I am trained in dancing. I did animate a little bit. Okay, so here's what we need to start off with, the facts. So, the world record
Hello.
for the number of skips according to the Guinness Book of World Records is 88 skips of rock skipping. We're just starting off with pure facts. The stones are flying with kind of like wings, so you want a flat stone because it kind of takes off like a wing, kind of like you're throwing a frisbee. Frisbee notably flat and large surface area, and when you skip it, it generates a lot of lift from the angle that you're skipping it at. Okay, which also means you really got to care about the orientation and momentum and kind of the rebound speed. So you got to care about the angle, that 45-degree angle that you're tossing the stone at. These are all just facts. This is kind of like a preface for the story. Things that you need to know about rock skipping. In principle, a stone can skip arbitrarily for any amount of distance, so you can get lucky, beginner's luck. But you do want a sufficient amount of high speed and rotation, again, like a flat frisbee. And of course, the best skipping stones are flat and smooth. You know what else is flat and smooth? Me. I'm flat and smooth. Flattest VTuber in the West. Okay. Just want to set it up. So, there's a long story here, a long background. But you know what? Who really gives a fuck? You know, who cares? The summary is me, a flat man, beat a bald man and the Lord of Flavor at the #1 stone slugging competition in Mississippi. This is partially factual. There is a rock throwing championship called Stone Slugger held in Mississippi. But you know what? We're not gonna get in all the fame and everything. You just need to know I can skip stones, and I beat several people in skipping stones. But being a famous stone skipper isn't kids, it's not all that it cracks up to be. All the fame and glory from skipping rocks and everything, it has its downsides too. You get hurt, you get real hurt. There's incidences that happen, and sometimes in an instant your career can just be taken away from you, and you got to figure out what to do with those skills, those stone throwing, chucking skills. You just got to remember that when one door closes, another one opens.
Oh my god.
You see, what's the next logical step from being a stone thrower? What can you do when everything you know is about being flat, and everything you know is about throwing it at high velocities, and an angle of attack, and what is equatable to all of this? What challenges you've already faced in your life and put all of your effort into. It's about what you can move on to. What do these skills equate to? being the best freaking dancer you've ever seen. Listen, you know, I took all those skills and I put them into throwing it back like a monster. Dancing on the side of the street, going to stage performances and dancing and throwing it and whipping it. You gotta be able to equate everything you've ever learned, kids. And this is how I relate. This is how I relate to the youth. But honestly, it all turned out bad, and I just became a VTuber anyway.
I can't skip Genesis.
So,
it's not
just
flat.
kind of more
Oh
of a
man.
story. Thank you.
Yeah, you cannot.
That was it.
That was so good.
But real question, the real true question.
What's
What's your longest skip record though? On
My
your
longest skip, my actual
you
longest skip is
calculated.
probably 12.
That's
my-
actually really good.
I did get
pretty
about
good.
12, yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Okay.
gonna say like 3
Yeah,
or something like that.
You guys are gonna have a difficult time picking out what was gaslighting and what was true right there.
Harley,
What's up?
my question to you is,
What's up?
can I twirl you around by your legs and throw you into the lake? Will you actually skip?
I mean, listen, they don't call me the flattest YouTuber in the East. Listen, I might not be able to throw it back, but I can throw it down.
Jesus. If you find your nearest Harley to your left, he can be used as a
Yeah.
flotation device.
Yeah. Listen, notably am actually trained in dancing. Not good at it.
Bruh.
Was professionally trained by Broadway dancers. Not good at it.
Oh my god.
Other questions from the judges?
Yeah, any other questions? Listen, I'll give you a flat answer. Alright?
I vote for disqualifying him.
Your opinion doesn't matter, Bam. Get out of here.
Damn.
Next question.
What's the best movie that you could whip out? Like in
My
terms of
best
dancing?
move? I legitimately got trained in ballroom dancing, so I am really good at ballroom dancing. Yeah. For those that don't know, I have many years of experience in theater. So I had at one point gotten trained by Broadway dancers in ballroom dancing for stage performance, and then also got trained in pop dancing for some minute things for other things. But ballroom dancing I can do kind of well still.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Any other
Surprising.
questions?
I
Yeah,
have
any
no
other
further
questions?
questions besides if you're free next Saturday.
Listen, for you, no.
Alright, cool. I'll be
Anybody
there
else?
at 9.
Still probably no.
Thank you so much, Harley.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Yo, appreciate it. Okay, who's the next one? I didn't say who's next on deck. I'm so sorry. Was it Eggy? I'm pretty sure it's Eggy.
Yeah, it's
So-
me. Hi.
Hi, Eggy.
Hi, Eggy.
Thank
I
you so
kinda-
much. It's been really fun doing this so far.
I'm glad. I love doing presentations, as nerdy as that sounds. Also, I like how I'm going after Harley, considering he claimed he was the flattest VTuber out there, but I'm the only PNG, I think, presenting. So, I guess it can truly get flattered.
Don't forget, listen,
Just
that
believe in
video
your
was me
dreams.
as a PNG.
You can also be
How dare
skipped.
you?
I'm kidding. I like to see.
Inviting in the participation squad, thank you very much, but we like shot fired like that, and we're okay with that.
It was just a funny coincidence.
Yeah, folks, give your claps and GGs to Harley. Don't appreciate it. Thank you, Harley. And now for the ruler of the Egglings.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Hello Eggy. I am 4 frames, a PNG, and a dream of a VTuber out here. But you know what VTubers are? They're streamers. And you know what streamers always talk about? parasocial relationships. That's right, I said the P word, and no, it's not what you're thinking. Please don't ban me, but that's okay. So, welcome to the parasocial presentation, where I did, in fact, cite my sources because I'm a massive nerd. That's what you get for being a master's graduate. And you may be like, you're gonna give a whole presentation on being parasocial? Are you parasocial? How are you qualified? Well, you see, I have this thing called a pencil, a paper, and glasses, and my thinking cap, so surely you can believe me on the internet. But don't worry if you're like, where is this going? I'm not sure. Well, all good presentations always have a roadmap. So first, we're going to define what exactly a parasocial relationship is, because it's a big word with big syllables and big letters. So if we're going to use it, let's use it right. And then we're going to see, are there good things about parasocial relationships, or is it all truly bad? And finally, some summaries. A little bit of takeaways for you Zoomers out there who need the Minecraft streams in the background. I don't got that, but I got a good 30-second takeaway for you at the very end.
I believe them 100%
So let's
already,
talk about
right?
parasocial. What exactly
Sunny,
is
hi.
it? If all these big streamers are slinging this word around, the news articles, the chatters, you should probably know how to use this word correctly. And what other case to look at than big famous streamer man's Mr. Ludwig himself? In an interview he once did with Dr. K from Healthy Gamer GG's, he said, you know, they ask me for advice as they would a friend or, you know, someone you're close to. But I'm not involved in this person's life. Oftentimes, streamers find themselves in the situation of a parasocial relationship when chatters feel a closeness to them. Telling them about their day is one thing, but asking them about more deeper, personal matters and advice on it to a stranger on the internet may not seem that normal to people outside of Twitch. And honestly, it may not be normal. The definition of a parasocial relationship in terms of streamers is a one-sided psychological bond between a streamer and the viewer where
my
the
God, I
audience
love your
feels super
presentation,
intimately
Dibs.
connected
What
to the
the fuck?
broadcaster, but the feelings just aren't reciprocated. Now, you may be thinking, whoa, does that mean I can never open up? I can't be close to my streamer? I can't be close to my Oshi? Technically, no. Sometimes you can. I like to say it's all about context, and there's different types of streamers out there, and I like to say that there is a streamer out there for every person. You got your entertainers, and some people actually are best fit for building connections. They really love nurturing relationships with their community, and they actually genuinely look forward to helping them and providing advice. But it's always about right time, right place. If you see a person trying to play something like Hollow Knight and you're really asking them about like your recent breakup with your girlfriend, might not be right place, right time, if you know what I mean, and that ship has sailed. But that's okay. Parasocial relationships are a bit more complex than we think. There's good, there's bad, and there's ugly things about it. So let's talk about the bad thing, the thing that we all know, that we all talk about and harp about. Oftentimes, a symptom, a sign of a parasocial relationship gone wrong are uncontrollable and obsessive thoughts. You're thinking about your Oshi every second, every hour of the day. You can't help it, you're distracted, and that's all that occupies your tiny little mind. And also, you know, we're looking for a guy in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. But we should also be responsible for our own finances. Spending beyond one's healthy and secure means is definitely a sign that maybe we're a little too deep in the rabbit hole here. And finally is perception. You know, I have these glasses so I can see crystal clear.
Hi, Marcus.
Some people
Hi,
need a
welcome in,
wake-up
welcome
call.
in. We're watching
And there's a lot of
presentations by talented
misinterpretation of a
YouTubers.
streamer's
It's so
actions
cool.
or words. If I retweet your thing, that does not mean you're down and welcome into the DMs to ask me on a date. I just thought your little meme was funny. And a lot of people may also take compliments from streamers the wrong way as something a bit more, but remember, at the end of the day, we're all just silly little dudes on the internet. And you may think, egg, oh no, parasocial relationships are bad. Anytime someone says they're parasocial, I should ban them immediately. But that's false. That's actually false. And this is where a little bit of learning might come in for a lot of people. There are good
That's
things
cool.
about parasocial relationships, actually. The first being that there is modeling going on. And no, I know, I look great. I look fantastic. I could be a Victoria's Secret model. But we're talking about modeling as in copycatting. So modeling good behaviors and habits is something that can happen whenever you kind of idolize or look up to a streamer or any content creator or character, actually. And a good example of this is, if you guys know a lot of YouTubers, one of my current favorites is Michelle Choi, and she is a lifestyle vlogger. And her style of vlogging has influenced so many young women out there living single in their 20s to create their own similar vlogs that it's really great. It encourages people to live life to the fullest and explore the world around them versus just staying home. And also, this is a big thing during the pandemic. Parasocial relationships can provide support in easing loneliness and also providing validation. A lot of people may be going through hard times and not have many people in their actual lives to talk to for various reasons. So even a simple welcoming hello every stream or asking how someone's day was and responding genuinely helps them a ton. And also, this is really cool. The ability to create and learn is one of the best things that can come out of parasocial relationships. Often when we talk about this, we're talking about in the Twitch context with streamers to chatters. But actually, you can even have parasocial relationships with fictional characters or even the characters actors play in movies. For example, if you guys know the Harry Potter franchise, there are so many people who write fan fictions with them. And the thing is, these characters are not real, quote unquote, but a lot of people find comfort and an opportunity to innovate and create to learn how to exercise their writing and imaginative skill with them. And if you're like, Egg, that's a little outside my range. Well, think of it this way. You guys watch VTubers from the big corporations. Let's take Hololive, for example. There are so many clippers out there who learn how to edit, who learn how to clip properly, who learn how to make thumbnails. So many artists who upgrade their skills in order to provide quality art for their Oshis. The fandom experience of being parasocial in that sense can be really fruitful for some people. And finally, is joy. It's really interesting. We often feel like we're part of the streamers' lives, and it's great. It gives us a bit of joy. It makes us feel included, and we kind of live vicariously through the streamers, characters, or content creators we really appreciate. And so in that sense, being parasocial is not too bad. It's all about context. And so if you're going to take anything away from this very, 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 very synopsis style presentation about parasocial relationships, well, let me give it to you in 3 bullet points, because I'm sure not many people can remember more than that. First, we've got that parasocial relationships are neutral, they are contextual, and they're also varied. In terms of being neutral, parasocial relationships are not inherently good or bad, as we've seen. We know the bad side a lot. We've heard that so often, but they can be good. And what determines this? Where it's contextual. Viewers should always investigate each unique streamer's vibes, content creator's vibes, and boundaries just to know what they're okay with. Do they want to hear how your day was? Do they want to support you in your life story and life endeavors? If so, open up, let the floodgates go. But if they're kind of just there to game, respect their boundaries, just like they respect yours. And finally, parasocial relationships come in a degree of behaviors. We have the list of the good and the bad, so it's okay. If you find yourself dipping into the bad zone, just give yourself a self-check whether you're engaging in healthy or unhealthy behaviors. They're not a bad thing, they're not a good thing. They're just a different style of relationship, and everything is always taken in moderation to be okay, safe, and have a good time on Twitch. And I included my citations because I'm a massive nerd. Here you go, APA style format, and there's also in-text citations on each slide. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Stay chill and don't be too parasocial. Smile.
Yeah, I felt a little too seen in your presentation.
Bro.
Yay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Especially
That one hit a little close.
Yep.
Yep. Good job, Aggie.
Thanks.
What is the best? So you mentioned about self-checking, right?
Yeah.
What's the best way how to self-check with like a fictional character and all that stuff with a parasocial relationship? Asking for a friend, of course.
Yeah, totally for no specific reason. I definitely say when it comes to fictional characters, like, I guess there's more of a safe zone, right? Because there's not an actual real person, quote unquote, behind it. Even with actors, most people know to separate the character and the actors from each other. Or even in literature, at least there's no like real world repercussions. But I guess the repercussion falls on you, quote unquote, the parasocial one. And it's just making sure it doesn't impact your day-to-day relationships. Do you still have a healthy, realistic view of the world and realistic expectations for how people behave and interact with you? I think that's the best self-check when it comes to like purely fictional characters.
Thank you.
I got you, doing my best.
Because I got the husbandos. That's all. That's where it originates from.
Again, that's okay. Honestly, if it helps you feel better,
Oh
if
my
it's a form of escapism and it makes you happy at the end of the day, it works, right? As long as you know when you step away, there's real world things and those behave a little differently.
Yeah, totally. I totally don't know someone has an unhealthy relationship with husbando. Don't worry about
At least
Not name
last stream
dropping
count as stepping into bad zone. I
Yeah,
don't
surely
know.
there's no one in the chat or in the call who's like dropped mad
Yeah,
stacks
definitely
and
no one
wasn't
in the
financially
chat.
safe
Definitely
with, you know, wailing after husbandos or waifus. Surely not. Tough.
Questions from the judges?
I got nothing top of my head. Come back to me in like 2 seconds. Hold on. Brain power activate.
He's thinking, he's cooking.
Okay, I have another one. What made you choose APA versus MLA citations?
APA research is actually used often in social sciences and stuff. And since this is a
Yeah.
social science topic, that's why I did APA. I know how to cite in Chicago, APA, MLA, you name it, I know it.
Yeah. I have a
Thank you for citing
question.
sources.
Yeah.
How do you think the attachment theory of psychology correlates to parasocial relationships?
Oh, attachment theory is a really, really good one. Trying to see like what attachment types tend to lend themselves more to parasocial relationships.
Yeah.
That's not something I've read up on or studied in all too recent times. I do love digging into like the science and psychology side of streaming. But I definitely would say probably my guess. This is not founded in research nor cited. But from the top of my head, I guess anxious attachment styles would best relate to this. Same with people who tend to daydream a lot and be very introspective, if you will. Because it's like, if you can't find this in the real world, your imagination can run wild and you can create the ideal scenario you have with the characters or streamers or content creators you have access to. Does that make sense?
It does. Thank you so much.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Also, Jiro, you took my question. Damn you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was like on the 5-minute time limit, like brain. So I definitely would have like loved to like add additional papers on like attachment styles, how environment or age or like income or lifestyle impacts
Yeah.
parasocial relationships too. But there's so much you could dig into from so many angles, and that's what kind of makes it cool, you know? Everyone thinks it's bad, but how do we
No,
find
that was
healthy
very
ways to do it?
interesting, I
Ah,
like that. That was really informative.
Yeah, now don't take this as an opportunity to drop 500 like tier 3 subs on your Oshi, okay? That's not what this lesson was.
Well,
I
first
was
of all,
gonna
you can only
swipe.
jump up to 40 max. Don't ask me how I know this, but yes, you only can jump up to 40.
Oh my god. How you know that, huh?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Heard from a friend, you know, casual.
I may or may not do some testing later or earlier in my streaming career.
Oh lord.
I was just
Do you
curious.
have anything by chance? Just having to ask.
Hmm?
Do you have any questions that you would like to ask?
Oh, I was just locked in. I was learning a lot, honestly. So yeah.
I'm glad.
a
At
lot
least
to
it was
learn. It was awesome.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Yes. Why the ship, if I have to ask? That is just like the theme that you chose with your PowerPoint. The aesthetic.
Yeah.
I think it's because a lot of people, when they think parasocial, they always think from a romantic viewpoint. So it's like a kind of play on words, like a ship.
It's
but
a ship.
Oh my
I get it.
that
It's
makes
a
sense.
ship.
How
Gotta-
many times are we gonna get it?
Wait, hold on. Let me
I feel
revise
like
my
the
score
puns
here. I
just come
just got it.
Yes, I love it. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Bruh.
And you both
Love
give
it.
your like claps in the chat, the GGs, your woos if you're in the BC if you would like to. To Eggy. Thank you so
Let's
much.
go.
Yay.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks for
you.
having
Good shit.
me.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
That was awesome.
Next is Mary Mello. Wait, did I? There we go.
Hi.
Yes. Oh, hold on. I gotta adjust you real quick. Hold on.
All right.
It decided to reformat. I don't know why. But I hope that you're enjoying chat and folks. I'm gonna also just put on the just chatting screen real quick. Judges, how are you feeling at this time? Let's do a vibe check while I am doing some logistical check.
I'm
Yeah.
feeling pretty good. I just chugged probably my second bang, so I'm energized.
Gosh, how many bangs can you consume? Yeah.
How many can I or how many do I is the question.
Oh gosh.
How many have you had? Well, you did say two.
I've had today 3.
Oh.
Yeah, 3.
Um,
I typically stop at 3, but if I feel like it, I'll probably go up to 5.
Jesus.
What is caffeine? I don't know. I don't have a problem. You have a problem. The intervention. I'll stop what I want.
I think I have you adjusted now, but I'm having a blast, y'all. That's what I just gotta say. I am truly having a blast. It's being really informative, I would say. A lot of it.
Yes.
And then also a good amount of laughs, a good amount of like head nods of like, oh, I'm learning today. And also I'm outing myself how stupid I am too.
No, that last one I learned a lot. Which it actually like my ADHD like locked on as soon as she started talking about parasocial. I'm like, whoa, now I'm intrigued.
Yo,
That was
chat
very
vibe check.
interesting. Yeah.
Just vibe checks.
What a good
Okay. We are ready to go. Thank you, Mello, for being on standby while I adjust because I wanted to show off your pretty model, of course. Everyone's model is great here. And so yeah, if you're ready, you can get started.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you, first of all, for inviting me to do this today. I had a lot of fun putting this all together. For those of y'all who don't know me, my name is Mary Mello. I am a moth tuber with a sort of a charity focus. My real mission in life is to try and just be a gift in the lives of those around me. And today, my presentation is going to be about something that has been a gift in my life. I am an investigative reporter for Moth Media News, as you can see there at the bottom. And I want to talk today to y'all about the most wonderful thing in the world. Those of y'all who know me probably know some of the things that I hyperfixate a bit on. And you might be able to guess from the silhouette here what I'm going to be talking about today. I want to go through and talk about why it is that it's so important to me, why it is that I love it so much, and ultimately present to you my findings as an investigative reporter for this. So the most wonderful thing in the world, what could it be? It's the pickle. Absolutely. And so I just want to use some words here to describe the pickle and why it is so amazing. It is green, my favorite color. It is delicious. It is mouth-shaped. It is textured. It is versatile. It is gorgeous. And it is perfect. And I hope that all of y'all, I hope some of y'all guessed it from the silhouette there. I tried to make it obvious for y'all. Ultimately, the last presentation is about having healthy relationships. And this presentation is going to be about my unhealthy relationship with the pickle. Pickles are amazing. Flavors, we got flavors. Dill pickles, sour pickles, sweet pickles, specialty pickles. Specialty pickles, some of y'all might be wondering what that is. That's like cinnamon pickles, where like Mike and Ike's, the little like cinnamon hot Mike and Ike's. You can put those in there with the pickles and you can make really great pickles with those. You might also have heard of Kool-Aid pickles. Kool-Aid pickles are super yummy. Pickle-powered health. Not only are they tasty, they are also immensely great for your health. Don't look into that too far, but they're good overall. They have antioxidants. They're great for hydration, especially if you drink the pickle juice. And they're also low calorie. Amazing. Every pickle is beautiful. You have your big pickles, you got your small pickles, gherkins, usually you hear them talked about as, and then you have your chip pickle. And you can put pickles on just about everything. I like to put pickles on my burgers, on any sort of hot dogs, on my fried chicken. I'm a vegetarian, so I eat the fake chicken, but it still goes great on that. You can do so many things with pickles. Unbothered, moisturized, happy, in my brine, pickled, fermenting. Next, I want to go through the life of a pickle with all of y'all.
Gosh.
Pickles are born as a pre-pickle. Some people refer to this as a cucumber, but I don't know why we really linger on like their past lives. I really think we need to focus on like their final form, which is the actual pickle. And you can pickle many things. You can do peppers, you can do just about anything, but I really want to focus here today on my favorite, which is going to be the cucumber. One thing that I wanted to touch on that I think a lot of people don't realize is we've been enjoying pickles since 2030 BCE is like the furthest back, like way back in like the times where people are in like the Tigris and Euphrates rivers times. Like we've been doing this for a long time, y'all. These are part of our history. And so I think it's great that we're continuing this tradition. And I hope that some of y'all will continue to partake as well. Once you have your pre-pickle, you're going to bathe it in a brine solution. That's going to be salt water and vinegar. And then you have a lot of options from there. We talked about those, like the little candies from before. You've got breads, spices, herbs. All of that contributes to what your pickle, your unique pickle, is going to taste like. Then you take that brine solution and you soak it in sunlight. You got to let it cook for a while, y'all. And this starts the process of fermentation. And so that's where the yeast and the heat from the little pieces of bread and stuff you got in there are going to work and make that pickle delicious. Yeast plus heat equals yum. And then it's going to take about 3 days to 1 month. At that point, you're going to end up with something that's going to be so delicious that you're just going to want to eat it up. Nom, nom, nom. But don't, after you've finished with devouring your pickles, I can go through about a whole jar of pickles in 1 or 2 days. I just get my fork and I just start digging in. But it's important, once you finish with your pickles, don't forget to drink your pickle juice. There are actually athletes who have attributed their wins in sports to drinking pickle juice, just chugging that stuff down. And that's how you really should partake. So I would encourage you to do that as well. And then this is an investigative report. So I took the time to ask some others on their opinions when it comes to pickles, which you can see here. And so how lucky that I went right after Hello Eggy, who all of y'all got to hear her amazing presentation just a little bit ago. Her opinion is that they are pog under the right circumstances. Cursed under most circumstances. And I believe the cursed ways to use them that she referenced were using pickle juice in a milkshake, using pickle juice just in general, just drinking it like I had just suggested. And what was the last one? Let me bring up my notes here real quick, y'all. She also said that they're not great as a flavor for a snack. Yeah. But I just want to say real quick that I think that all opinions are valid. All opinions are valid, but some opinions are worse than others. So thank you for your statement, Eggy. But I want to move on to my friend, OG Tube, my homie, my bestie, who says, I, like any cool and intelligent human being, appreciate pickles for their delicious taste and versatility. The pickles themselves are crunchy delights, while the brine can be a sweet and tangy drink enjoyed any time of the year. Absolutely, homie. You are preaching. Thank you for your unbiased opinion on pickles. And Toop actually sent me an essay. So this is just the start of that essay. But I just want to say that I agree with everything you have to say, Toop. And then lastly, we have Wani Ago, the Quackadile, who I knew enjoys pickles. And so I wanted to reach out and see if I can get a statement from her as well. And she was so kind just to give me one. She said, I love pickles and I will steal your pickles if have them. And I just want to say, there's enough pickles to go around, y'all. Like we don't have to fight each other for pickles. We can just share. I will give you the pickles and you can give me the pickles and we can all live in harmony. But I do want to caveat that if I have pickles in my home and you come for them, I have a certain set of skills, and I will find you and I will destroy you. But yeah, that's my pickle presentation, a very pickle-sized presentation. You can see here me and my pickle-mobile. This is made for me by OG2. And this is just me. This is my daily commuter. But I just want to also touch on there are free samples available at your local grocery store, but that purchase is 100% necessary. When I say free samples, I mean that they're free for me. You have to buy them. Yeah, but that's my presentation, y'all. I have my list of thanks over there on the side. I didn't go to school. I didn't go to school like Hello Eggy, so stay in school and maybe you can learn citation like she knows. But this is me trying. This is me trying. Yeah. Thank you for your time. I'm open to any questions.
You have convinced me to try pickles. I am not a pickle
All
fan.
right.
I'm gonna name it like transparently.
This was great.
You need to try.
I love to hear
Do
that.
My question to you is: do you believe that pickle juice is the key to eternal youth?
Oh, absolutely. You can see here, I have no wrinkles on my face.
Damn.
Uh-huh. My eyes.
Oh, is that why your eyes are green? Is it just all the pickle
Yes.
juice?
I was just about to touch on that. You
I
know,
knew
like
it.
flamingos, like they eat shrimp and they turn pink or whatever. My
Mhm,
eyes are powered by pickles. And
Did you
I-
drink pickle juice that was also like that had moths in it? Is that why you became a moth?
no, you can ask Eggy how I became a moth. But
I got you.
I wouldn't eat my kin. But I share with my kin all the time. If you don't know, moths actually really enjoy pickles. We try to keep it on the down low. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Can you pickle a frog?
You still
I
love
mean-
frogs.
I think you can pickle a lot of things. So it's at some point it just becomes a science experiment, though. But please don't pickle the frog after you kiss it. That might be a
Mental
little
note,
rude.
pickled himbo
Okay,
juice.
thank
So you
you.
kiss it before you pickle. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is a pickle a form of an isekai? Because if you said a cucumber is past life, it's a pickle part. Is it an isekai?
No.
You know? You know?
No, not for the Genesis.
No.
I think after going through and having spending so much time studying them, I think I can confirm, yes, that a pickle is a form of isekai. Absolutely.
Oh my god. All right. I love this.
So,
And
so
then-
technically,
Wonderful.
berry is a pickle.
Barry's a pickle.
Yes, I am. 'Cause I am.
Barry's a pickle.
Oh, that's true. That's
Please
true.
don't eat me. I'm not edible. No, thank you.
Everything's edible if you're brave enough.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's edible at least
Okay.
once.
Also, Kool-Aid pickle? I saw that in the
Yeah.
audience. Can you
I need to-
go a little bit more?
I'm
Oh,
sorry, what?
yeah.
Where can you purchase those?
No!
I heard the
I don't
Kool-Aid
know if you
pickle.
can just purchase them. The Kool-Aid pickles, I've never actually made them myself. Let me see here. Kool-Aid pickles, yeah, you can just make them at home. You just need, it looks like, just some of like the little Kool-Aid packets and stuff. But they're the colorful crunchy products, like you can just combine all of it with some dill pickles and Kool-Aid powder. At first glance, it can kind of like be kind of gross looking, but I mean it's got pickles, so it can't really be that gross, right? But I think it's more of like I've lived a lot of my life in the South of the US, and I think it's just kind of one of those like cultural things that you see down here sometimes that are a little unique but delicious.
Interesting.
Alright.
Okay.
You want to
Final
ask a question
question.
from the audience? Or after Bam's question. So, yeah.
Fine. Just real quick. Have you tried deep fried pickles?
Oh, have I tried deep fried pickles? I'm not in Wisconsin any longer, but I used to live in
Wild Zero,
Wisconsin.
hi Bit.
And if you
Welcome
know
in.
anything about
Welcome in.
Wisconsin, it's that
Missing
we
you.
will first the
Hope you have a
cheese,
great day.
but then
I am.
also the
Welcome
fact
and
that we will
welcome in,
deep
Bit.
fry anything. So yes,
Thank you so much for
try
dropping
deep fried
by.
pickles.
That's why I love
Appreciate it.
Wisconsin.
I hope your
Uh-huh,
weekend's going well.
Can you ask the audience?
We're watching
question from
VTubers do their PowerPoint presentations. That means
Oh,
we're judging
please.
them.
Pickle pie, sacrilegious. Oh my god.
Anything that's pickled isn't sacrilegious, I would say. Pickles are their own form of faith. And I ask that anyone
Okay.
who would be comfortable joining.
Pickle on a bun.
You're absolutely
Yeah.
welcome.
Thank
The
you so
presenter's
much,
talking about
Mello.
pickles, Bit.
I can't believe I'm being convinced to try pickles again because I usually avoid them.
Same.
I am someone will give them to Wani. Literally, I was just screaming it out. I was Wani, you can take these pickles instantly.
That
Yeah.
was
So yes,
But
Mm.
you're welcome. Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next week I need to figure out how to do this. Leo, I believe Leo's next.
yay.
Watch it. I am getting it adjusted. Oh my god, I got a jump scared. hold your horses. I'm making sure that I fit your whole presentation because it's like kind of cut out at the moment. But yeah, how are y'all feeling, judges? What's the overall experience of this?
I don't
Virtual
want to
O's
pickle.
made
I
of
can say
fire
that much right
content.
now.
Oh man.
Sorry, I
Thank
do
you,
not
thank
want to
you.
pickle.
I usually avoid pickles, but I am willing to try. I feel genuinely convinced to try.
No,
again.
I won't lie.
Certain
When she said the pickles with the what was it the
What?
Mike and Ike spicy ones? I was like, my first thought went to just vinegar and like and cinnamon, and I almost threw up.
Oh, is that something you
I hate vinegar.
got it? That's real. And then Leo,
Don't
you
get
could
me wrong,
unmute
it's a
that
great
one
cleaner
right
though.
away.
Huh?
Or Leo, you could unmute.
I'm already on mute.
No, you were not. Oh, I thought you were saying things. Your mouth was moving. Okay, here we go, chat. This is Leo Totus.
Hi guys. Oh, am I live?
Yes, you're live.
Oh, hi guys. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for the invite. Thank you. So anyway, hi. Let me So Barry invited me for this event a while back, and I was thinking to myself, day one, what should I do? And then day kind of passes, and day 2 happened, day 3 happened, and I completely forgot about it until last night. She messaged me. I was like, "Are you ready for tomorrow?" I was like, "I need to do this presentation." So there was 3 options I could have chosen. It was either Final Fantasy, Pringles, because Pringles are cakes, guys. They are actually cakes, or Gunpla. And without ado, let me just get change. Wait, is my outfit here? Where the hell am I? Hello? It didn't work. Guys, I went missing. I've gone missing. Oh my gosh. Give me a second. I'm goofing out.
Do you need us to distract? Because we could distract a little bit if needed.
I pressed the wrong button. It was working earlier. It'll be fine. This is part of the presentation. It was all scripted. Yes.
It was always scripted. It's always.
It was always scripted.
Don't worry. This is just part of.
This is all part of it. Wait, seriously, where is my? Oh, I'm back. Okay, I just need to get it moving.
There you go. Hi, Leo.
Okay, so anyway, hi. Today we'll be talking about my third favorite thing: introducing Gunpla models in general. So I have been a huge fan of Gunpla for a very long time, ever since I was a child, and I've still quite addicted to it ever since. So first things first, today's topic, we'll be talking about the introduction of Gundam models in general, Gunpla grading system, and the potential tools to use to enhance the Gundam model kit. Right, so what is Gunpla? According to Wikipedia, Gunpla basically means Gundam plastic model kits. The gun is in Gundam, and the pla in plastic. So Gunpla, Gundam plastic model kits. The very first Gundam, believe it or not, was actually released back in the 1980s, which is about 44 years ago, I believe. And what I really like about the model kit, especially when I was a child, is that they are press fit. And what that means is you don't actually need to use any tools. You can use the fingers to snap out of the runners, and you can just, click it together. And eventually they can fit into a model kit. Simple as that. So in terms of the grading system, I just realized that my presentation, the heart, is blocking a lot of mine. But anyway, it's split into currently 7 different classifications, but I'm only going to go through 6 of them. So there's the SD kit, the HG kit, the RG kit, the MG kit, and then on the next slide, which I'll show later, the perfect grade PG kit and the I actually can't remember what it's called. The no grades. So SD stands for super deformed, and these are basically the easiest kit to build with minimal effort. And the SD kits are actually they're basically the chibi versions of the Gundam itself. They're adorable. The only issue is if you want to make them enhance, this is where the tools comes in, which I'll go through it later. generically speaking, the SD kits won't take more than, I'd say, if you're putting no effort into it, 5 minutes. You can actually snap it up in 5 minutes. If you want to put a bit of like panel lining and properly do the stickers, 10, 15 at most. And if you want to, go enhance with painting, you can easily 1 or 2 hours. And then you go through with the HG kit, which is the high grade. This is, again, typically for a beginner to use. Now, with the high grade kits, they are size 144. In other words, they're basically the size of a palm. Now, what's so good about these models is they resemble the Gundam itself from the TV shows, from the movies, from games, etc., etc. However, unlike the Rio grade and Master grade, they lack the engineering to look a bit more advanced. And this is where the Rio grade comes in. Now, Rio grade doesn't necessarily mean better than the Master grade. However, they are much smaller. They're the same size as a high grade, but due to the specific engineering, they are much more complex and will take a lot more time. So in comparison, I would say a high grade, you might take around at most 30 minutes. If you're a beginner, I'd say maybe an hour. With a Rio grade, you can easily take up to like 6 or 7 hours, depending on how much detail you want to put into there. Moving on with the Master grade, then this is the one that most people get because they are quite big. They're size 1/100. They are peak when it comes to the body possibilities and articulations. And what makes it really cool is now they are much. I guess I was gonna say they're much easier to get, but there are like different versions of the Master grade. There's a thing called the Vercar version, which is designed specifically by this particular artist, and the way he designs it, like particular model kits, are completely different compared to the normal line. However, unless you are a veteran builder, I wouldn't advise building any of the Vercar kits. And then moving on with the perfect grade, this is the peak when it comes to the Gundam building. They're size 160, which is relatively big. Twos are definitely required when
Thank
you
so
build
much,
these
Pit,
particular
for
kits,
the alert.
especially a screwdriver. Now, the reason
Got a
why
shower
is
without
because
your wrap?
you want
Okay.
to tighten
Enjoy
some of
your
the
shower.
knobs behind the back, behind the battery, as well as the arms and legs area. So this is probably the most expensive kit you can get, and they will
Perfect
require a
grade.
lot more
That's
time, a
cool.
lot more effort, as well as a lot more resources when it comes to the accessory side of things. And finally, I want to talk about the no grades. So somewhere down the line with the Gundam community, I'm not sure why Bandai did this, but they released 1/100 kits, which are basically high grades. So in other words, you don't need any knowledge of Gundam. You can easily just get one of these and snap together and look good. The only issue with these kits are the possibilities are not the greatest because the articulation are not perfect. And so compared to a real grade and master grade, they're really easy to build. But yeah, that's basically that. By the way, in case you wonder, I am completely not prepared. I didn't even write a script. I should have totally wrote a script. Now, what kit should you choose? The three thing I would consider if I were you, number one, size. I am currently in a predicament where I have 40 pre-built kits in my house. The boxes are overcrowding me. I have no idea where the hell I'm going to put them. And even if I were to build them, I have nowhere to put them. So consider what I would say is number one, based on your room, based on your design, is it worth buying one? Because the build is fun, everything is fun, but you will have to put it somewhere. Especially all that time and effort you put into building that. Like if you don't post it, if you don't put it on the display, it's a complete waste. Number two, time. Now this is a really huge factor on what to buy. If you want to build something because you like it, like the look of it, do it. But are you going to buy it on a standard grade? Or, are you going to buy it on SD? Are you going to buy it on high grade, master grade? Now that depends on how much you want to put into it. So I mentioned the SD kit usually takes about 10-15 minutes at most. High grade generally 20 to 30 minutes. Master grade really depends. So the fastest I've built a master grade is 1 hour and 30 minutes, but the longest that took me was 17 hours straight, and that was exhausting. And then the perfect grade, that took me 3 days. So yeah. So that really is something you need to consider. And lastly, effort. Do you want to put extra effort into there? Do you want to put less effort into there? Again, this depends on the kit, and it's best to research it in advance. Typically speaking, I would say YouTube will be a really good resource to check on your kits. But Reddit is also a really good. Yeah, actually, surprisingly, Reddit is really good to see if the reviews of a kit. Now, do I need to? Quick answer: no, you really don't. However, look what you can do with the difference. Okay, so the red one down there is an SD kit. The white one, that's a high grade. So I don't actually have any master grade showing. Now, if you look on it, on the left-hand side, that's typically built.
Emoji.
No panel lining, no cutting, no
There's a knife
sanding,
emote right
no
there,
nothing.
mates.
But on the right-hand side, that's the exact same model kit with a bit more extra effort by increasing the length of the arms, increasing the size of the legs, boosting the front skirt a bit more, but using using this particular mold. The head you can see is fully panel lined, and you can see on the arms as well. So I think my mouse is showing. So you can see, look at the shoulder pads here. The panel line is showing so nicely. The golden part here, that's painted really nicely as well with a bit of panel line. And then look at the forehead, even the green, that's done by a marker, and it's absolutely beautiful. Oh wait, I clicked by accident. Here we go. So if you look on this one as well, I know that the floating hat is going up and down here, but look at it. I mean, look at the difference when it comes to the chest piece. With the extra added bits, with the extra sanding, you can you can add the minor details, the stickers, as well as the water slide decals.
Oh, that's
You can
cool.
cut the head into smaller pieces, and you can put the tiny stickers on the side as well to make it a bit more realistic, if anything. So, what are the tools to use? These are the main ones that I choose. Snippers, it's a must. Now, the reason why, as a kid, I mentioned it. When earlier I said I used to bug my parents buying the HD kits. I used my thumb to snap them over, and I kid you not, there has been several times where I accidentally snapped it in half completely, and I didn't know how to use cement. I didn't know how to use glue, and it was such a waste of money because if it breaks, it breaks, and that's it. You're never getting it again. Simple as that. So the snippers allows you to cut it cleanly and allow you to get rid of the nubs a lot easier as well. The model knife, again, the reason why I use a model knife is because number one, the tip of it, yes, it's sharp, but it's small. Now, what makes it really handy with a small tip of the knife is if you get a sticker on there, you can actually control where you put the sticker a lot easier on the model kit itself. And then you can, use the cotton bud to. It depends what it is. If it's a water slide decal, then you need a clipper. But if it's like a typical sticker or if it's a dry transfer, a model knife is the best thing to use. Panel liner is, again, one of the things I always tell my friends who started Gundam building to use. These are the things, you don't even need to learn how to paint or anything like that. You drip it on the line where the so on the Gundam model itself, there is a cut that's a bit inward, if that makes any sense. You drop a
Excuse me.
You drop
I should get more
you
drinks.
drop a drop of ink onto that particular cut, and it will automatically line it itself. And the reason we do this is to make it a bit more dynamic, so you can see the actual model itself a bit better. And with the excessive ink, then you can use the Gundam marker eraser. So you dabble this onto a cotton bud, and then you can just rub it off automatically. And from earlier, you saw the green part on the forehead. These are, again, Gundam marker. Now, these are not like the typical markers where you can draw on the model kit itself. You have to shake it really, really, really well, and then you have to put on a plate for the ink to drop on there. And that's when you use a small paintbrush to dip on it and paint. And honestly, it's quite therapeutic. You can't read it, or maybe you can. This is thin cement. The reason why I use cement is because depending on how fragile a kit is, we call it hand grenades. And the reason why is because the second you hold it, it will burst into it will literally burst into pieces. You try to move it, it will break apart. And this is why we need the thin cement. those particular kits take a lot longer because we have to cement each and every single piece together to make sure they're glued properly. But other than that, the kit technically works. It's just that if you want to do anything dynamic with it, you have to secure it a bit more. Finally, then, the softener and the settler, these are purely for water slide decals. What the water slide decals are, basically, you cut the pieces, you cut the sticker, and you put it on water. And then you slide the sticker from the, what would you call it now? Well, I guess you slide the sticker from the sticker paper onto the model itself, and then you wait for it to dry. Now, if you do it like that, it will fall off. It will go crispy. It will fall off easily. You must use a cotton bud to apply the sticker onto it properly for it to dry. But to secure it even better, you can actually apply a softener onto the model kit itself, and then the sticker to make sure the sticker loosens up to go on any bends, etc., to soften up. And then you dry it with the cotton bud, and then you put a settler on top of it to make sure it settles properly. Now, the other things I would mention is sanding paper. The reason why the sanding paper is important is because when it comes to the nubs, or when you cut off the pieces of the on the runner for the Gundam, sometimes there's the nubs on the side. It looks a lot better, and it's easier for you to clip them together if you sand it smooth and to make sure that you don't scratch the other surfaces when you clip together. And when it comes to a bit more complexity of things, then drills. Some people, I do have it, but I have not actually used it yet. They actually combine metal bits with the Gundams, metal screws, etc., to make it a bit more realistic. And the screw itself, then you can it's quite expensive. I'm not gonna lie, but you can buy it. You can apply it on the Gundam. You can just not screw the drill itself. You can drill a hole in particular areas where you can then shove a metal rod in, and then you snap it, and then you sand it to make sure if it's forever secured. Usually, we use the drill when we kit bash, aka when we combine the different model kits together. And when it comes to the screwdriver side of things, again, this depends on what you do. A lot of the new bases, for whatever reason, use a screwdriver nowadays, and they are a bane. Like, they are a pain in the ass. They are the bane of my existence. Mostly because I keep losing my small screwdrivers. I have a big screwdriver, but it doesn't work. It has to be a model screwdriver in particular. Let's see. Holy cow, that was it. Yeah, guys, I really did cut it short. That was my that was my PowerPoint presentation. But thank you so much. Let's build together.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thanks. I'm sorry about the shabbiness, mostly because I did kind of rush it this morning.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
No, it was good, dude.
Many
I have a
times.
question.
Go
Yeah.
for it.
Would you rather build a Gundam-sized pickle or 100 pickle-sized Gundams?
I was drinking.
Do you know what? I would build 100 Gundams. Oh, wait, no, 100 pickles, because for comedic effects. You know what, guys? If I do that, it's gonna be live on stream, and every single stream is gonna be a pickle build.
Oh my god. He knows it's content.
It's content.
Oh my gosh.
Thank
I will
you.
say I have a Barbara actually sitting in the back of my bin waiting to be built. Just letting you know.
Exactly.
But I do have to ask, what brings you more joy? Building the model or displaying it?
Ooh.
If you had to pick one or the other, what brings you more joy?
I would say displaying.
Okay.
The reason why, because when it comes to building model kits, it's a bit of a hit and miss for me. I get really tired. So I mean, you've known me long enough now. I'd say it's kind of like all or nothing for me. So if I start building, I will build non-stop, and then I get burnt out, and then I would not touch any for like half a year until I build again. So when it comes to the displaying side of things, I like my collection. I really do. And I like posting them and then putting them together. It's a joy. It's so much fun.
Nice. Any other questions from the judges?
Yeah. What would be
Um,
your? Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. You
Mhm.
go. You go.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, like, what was your favorite Gunpla collection, and how long did it take you to make that one?
So, I have a few actually, but if it's number one most favorite, I'm biased at this. So it would be the Freedom 2.0, which released not it was quite a while now. I guess it's like 5, 6 years now. The reason why is because it's what got me really into Gundam. I did like it when I was a kid, but I didn't love it until that one came out on TV on this. Like I was watching the series, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And I liked the old Freedom model. However, it wasn't the greatest. It was released in 2002, and it wasn't the greatest. But 20 years later, they re-released a new version, and it was amazing. The design was great. The panel lining, it was top notch. It was better than any of the new Gundams released, and it wasn't even like a special kit or anything. It was a mass release. And then yeah, so that I would say that Master Grade is probably my most favorite. In terms of time, I don't know. I think it's like 3.5, 4 hours maybe.
Damn.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Heck yeah.
Anything else you guys want to ask?
How many do you have?
Oh God.
How many?
I've seen his room. He
Um,
has shown
okay.
photos before.
Okay. Okay. You know what has a sneak peek? Let me let me find that one picture and I'll show you.
Yeah, you
Oh,
have that
God.
photo. You notoriously have that photo. I think that was like probably one of my first like Twitter interactions that I
Mhm.
saw. Was like, oh my god.
So there's actually 3 pictures. Okay.
Oh no.
So we'll start with this one first. Don't judge me too hard, guys, please. So number 1, that's my
Yep,
room.
that's the one I remember. Yep.
So
There you
that's,
go. The mouth drops from the
that's-
judges.
So that's picture number 1. Picture number 2 would probably be, let's see. Wait, which one's number 1? Which one do I click? I can't see. Oh, so that's the other side of the room.
Oh.
And yeah, and that's the that's yeah.
Oh my god.
So So
Oh my god.
so I dare say I've got more than 100 somewhere.
Jeez. All right. All right. Jesus.
That is.
Well, you still have to give me a number though. What's the number we talking here?
All right, you know what? If you can give me 10 seconds, let me just count. I'll be right back.
Actually happening.
I gotta know. I have to know the number.
My gosh. Yeah, I will say, I'm like, oh, all these presentations like have me like inspo in different ways, honestly.
Mhm.
Maybe not the rock skipping per se.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I was wrong. I got 120.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's go.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Love it.
That's an
I love
impressive
it.
collection.
Very good.
Yes. It's an awesome collection, I will say. It's epic.
Many thanks.
Yes. Any other questions from the judges? Okay then.
Oh, really?
Thank you so much, Leo. The cheeky
You're
Leo.
welcome.
He's live and big. Thank you, Leo. Folks, give your applauses, your GGs, your I don't know if you have gunpla like type of emotes.
I actually
Put
don't
them
know.
in. I don't know who does. I'm surprised that you don't. I feel like you should. I'm waiting for I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen one of these days. Like a Leo model, like a Leo like Gundam like inspired model,
Where he's holding a pickle.
where he's holding a
Oh,
pickle.
you know what? Let's make that a thing. Let's
Ooh.
make that a thing. I'm gonna make a pickle. I'm gonna make a pickle like Gundam just for fun.
Got it. Thank you so much, Leo. Appreciate
Bye
you.
bye.
Yes, I'm gonna go here.
Bye.
And
Bye.
next we have is Michu.
Hi, hi. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. Let me click on
Awesome.
your screen
Oh.
real quick. Double checking that you fit well on there. Ooh, fancy mic. I'm gonna say that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Seriously, y'all have been fabulous and amazing.
Barry, thank you so much for the monitor. Like, this actually saved my life.
I'm glad. I still need to give you the other half of the stand. I need to give you
No,
the
it's
bottom
okay.
part of
It's
the stand.
okay. It's balancing on my
happen.
desk perfectly. I appreciate it.
Yes. So next up is Mochi Michu.
Hi guys, I'm Michu. I'm a bootleg VTuber. I don't actually stream, but I was kidnapped here, so I guess I'm here now. So, it's something we all have in common, guys. And you know what that is? VTuber models. We all love VTuber models, so this is what I'm gonna present today. Oh, thank you for the cheers, guy. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. This is called Life 2D, a curse and a blessing. And it's kind of cool. It's one of my favorite things to do. I like to rig models, I like to draw. So something that might interest you as well. Let me go ahead and slide over. Do you like art? Do you like animation? Are you lazy like me? Then you came to the right place. Live 2D is an easy way to animate 2D artworks. And as you can see, those two are some of the arts I've done and the rigs I have done. And Live 2D definition. Separating an image into parts and animating each of the parts to create dynamic movement. And some models have a shit ton of layers. Like, I've worked with models with 50 layers, I worked with hundreds of layers. My biggest was probably 200 plus layers, which is my model. And as you can see, I can do a bunch of toggles. What was that? Oh. Okay. Do a bunch of toggles. I don't know what that is, but it's there. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'll move. But layers! I hate layers! They should not exist. They are the bane of my existence. I despise them greatly. You know how much it takes to separate a single eye? It's like 10 layers, dude. Is not okay. So I really dislike layers. And the process of making models is quite hard. That's why it takes so long. That's why it's so expensive. Some models take like 6 months, 1 year, more than 1 year, matter of fact. And they're super expensive. They're like thousands of dollars. I can't afford that. That's why I learned how to rig myself, because I can't afford that money. But yes, models take so many layers, and I really dislike it. But you know what? If you can't work for it, if you don't stress about it, it won't give you good results, right? Okay. And here are some cool examples. I like making... Oh my gosh, what happened to that GIF? I don't know if you guys see this, it's like bugging out. But basically, you can make a lot of GIFs, you can make animations, like 2D models, game sprites, background. It's so cool. It's so versatile. Like, if you look over, I rigged a lot of like animations and emotes. How do I grab my model? Wait. I'm still learning. I never streamed before, so maybe not much. So I don't know what I'm doing. See, laugh emote, and it's like angry emotes. It's so fun. Models. These are like old models though. It took me like a while to learn, but it's fun. If you guys are interested, I could teach you guys. Don't worry, I got you. And here is the real question: is Live 2D a cursing or a blessing? And as you can see, the left side is cursed, the right side is blessed. So you can make fun things with Live 2D rigging. You could do like goofy art, you could do like chibis, you could do really fun things. So don't limit yourself, guys. This possibility is endless.
Jesus Christ.
And my screen is spazzing out, but I guess it's okay on OBS. So I'm kind of scared, guys. I'm a little terrified, but it's okay. So thank you so much for having me. Let's cook together. I am a certified VTuber doctor. This was a little bit short because I don't know. I'm not very good at speaking, so I made it a little bit shorter. But yeah, thank you so much for having me, guys. Is there any questions, concerns?
The talent.
Thank you. Thank you
That's
so
all I can
much.
say.
Thank
No.
you.
Yes.
I have
Thank
a
you,
question.
thank you.
Go for
Yes.
How many layers do you think a frog VTuber would have?
Okay, my good friend. Sarah, let's sit down. Let's have a talk here. So, a frog. I say there's an eye, right? And a mouth. So, eyes maybe 2-3 layers. Mouth maybe 4 or 5. And then the body. Luckily, it doesn't really have a head unless you want to add a head. So, I'll say give or take 10, 11 layers.
Ah,
For the
alright.
most basic of frogs, if it's complicated, 50 layers.
Mm.
Is that something that interests you? Would you like me to demonstrate rigging for frogs? Because one day I will. I will sit down with you in the
What about a
stream
pickle?
and rig a frog in front of you. I'll force
Oh
you
my
to
God.
watch this process.
I think
If
we
that
have a
interests you.
We have a follow-up from Spooky.
What about a pickle?
Hi,
model?
Spooky. Hi, Spooky. Yes, please, go ahead.
I was asking, what about a pickle model?
A pickle. Oh my gosh, what's with these pickle questions? I say pickle 2 layers. What I could do is clip it and just like make it look like it's rotating. That's not too hard. Pickles aren't that bad, luckily.
Okay, but serious question though, how long did it take you like learn all this stuff? 'Cause this is really impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Good question. I'm glad you asked me that question. I was hoping someone's gonna ask me. So it took me a year to learn how to rig, and I'm still learning. There's so much things I haven't learned. I learned how to do like GB toggles like this. Kind of cool.
'Cause
Recently.
that is so smooth and cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I am jealous already.
Yeah.
This model took me a kidney and a half to make.
Oh no.
I was not eating properly. I was not sleeping properly.
Oh my god.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It was really good for 1.5 kidneys.
I
I
know,
have
right?
2.
Yeah.
What if I go for
Imagine-
Two, you
1.6?
sacrifice one. Give me
Yeah.
one. I can help you.
Okay.
I offered to donate a kidney for a chibi model.
Yes.
Can I donate my liver?
Your
Oh,
question
wait.
has been answered,
Yeah.
child. I will make you a chibi for a kidney.
Yay!
Kidney drive for models. Let's go.
Yeah.
So for you, Michu, what is your favorite toggle on this model? And then 2, what is the favorite thing? What is your like most favorite thing that you have done for like Leo? So far?
Oh.
I'm gonna say
Oh my
because
gosh.
I know you do a lot of art stuff for Leo, whether it could be like an actual drawing, like the toggle and all that stuff. Like, what is your favorite thing that you have done for Leo, or like the most? Actually, let me revise it. Most trolly thing that you have done for Leo, not favorite, the trolliest thing you've done for Leo.
Oh my god. You know what? These are good questions. So I'm gonna answer them in order. So my favorite toggle is either the chibi toggle like this, and it's compatible with all my arm toggles.
Oh, awesome.
Cool, right?
That's so cool.
Bro.
And I like this toggle a lot. I can't find it. I have too many. This one. This is yeah. So if I'm hungry and eating, I always do eating ASMR. I go. And as for my favorite thing for Leo, guys, I think the chibi model for Leo is somewhere here. Is this one right here? I made that for him on Valentine's Day as like a nice gift. Yeah, the chibi model. That took me 5 days, no sleep, no food. I was actually like passing out.
Oh my god.
Don't.
Yeah, I was crying a little bit. I was like, I can't get this done in time. I was crying. Yeah, any other questions? I'll gladly
most-
answer.
The most trolly thing you've done for Leo. I actually meant to ask that instead of favorite. I wanted to replace that question, but I would love to see the most trolly thing that you've done for Leo.
Oh my god.
'Cause
So
know
I
Leo
put
loves
Leo.
it.
Yeah! Bro, I put Leo in the matrix. I edit his model. I'm so sorry, my mom's in my room.
Oh,
You're good.
好，谢谢. I'm so sorry, my mom is in my room.
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
You see, this is destiny. This is like karma. I put Leo in a maid dress, and it took me not too long to do it. I just cut off his entire body and separated his head. I just put him in the maid dress.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
That's a
Awesome.
good question. I like that question.
Yeah.
Is there any other questions?
Anything else?
Yeah. Ask
I,
away.
I,
Mhm.
I have been answered.
It has been
Yeah.
answered. I'm glad. You could DM me any questions that lingers in your mind, or if you're too shy to say it, I don't mind. You could DM it to me.
Sounds
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Michu. You're so talented. I'm just gonna say it.
Thank
Folks,
you.
I'm saying, folks, if you can, give your GGs, give your like claps, give your wows and all that stuff, like to Michu. I
Thank
appreciate you a
you.
lot, especially that you were a super last minute entry. I am gonna put that out there because literally you had
Yeah.
like a day of turnaround on this.
I
So
had
really
like
do
2
appreciate you.
hours.
Yeah,
I
so-
had 2 hours to do
Sooner.
this.
I'm gonna tell you, Leo told me he was supposed to do it sooner. I'm just saying that.
I know, right? I couldn't believe it. I was
Just got a little bit
like,
of a
what?
Leo. Yes. And so yes, kudos. And I know
Thank
that
you, thank you.
I know some people ask for the comms, but I think it's like more of a DM you or join Leo server. That's how I've been asked. Because I have commissioned Michu for a couple things before. If you've seen the cafe
Yeah.
outfit or the cafe like drawing, Michu actually did that. For like actually the schedule that I use. Yeah. So yes. So she's very, very talented. Okay.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
Michu. I'm gonna switch over. I think we're about to get a burb on stage. So once again, give your kudos and thanks to Michu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for
Thank
everyone
you.
who's going so far. Okay. I'm ready. Or I think you fit well on the screen. And so we're gonna keep on going. You good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I
I'm
was
just
like,
stretching,
what
don't worry
is
about it.
happening? I was like, excuse me, what's happening? So
No, don't worry. Noises
Got
are
it.
coming out of me. Don't worry about it.
Sounds good. Here we go. And the one and only Nuternal, who recently got his 3D or his live 2D model.
Yeah. Otters.
Where is all yours?
I don't know how to start this. My presentation's kind of ass. I'm gonna be raw dogging this. I don't got any loop for you guys, so we're just gonna go into it.
Ooh, you promise?
Why video games? Why should you?
Wait,
Why?
pause. It's flipped. It's flipped.
It's
Hold on.
It's
flipped,
flipped!
brother!
No!
We're going backstage real quick.
Bro, I had this issue before. And I
No,
flipped
no.
everything on purpose. Well, I
Yeah,
got
no.
this. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
a quick fix. Yeah,
Don't
I was just like,
worry
hold on. We could fix that. Thank you for the
Because
hype,
I was
we'll
looking
get-
at it and it was fucking me up when I was looking at Discord. I was like, bro, why is it flipped? And I was losing like my
Yeah, please be patient
mind.
with us while we have our technical problems fixed. Thank you very much.
Yes, and now it's fixed. Okay.
No
Here we
worries.
go. Not-
All right. Why video games? As you read backwards earlier. Yeah. It's pretty much just gonna be me explaining why I like video games, the things that I like, and hopefully you relate to it. Who knows? So yeah, let's get into it. Whee! Isn't that so cool? Wow. I wish I had word art. It would have been way better with that. But we don't got that. I was too lazy for that. So why gaming gets me wet? Gaming that leans on creative and engaging mechanics. You know, when they add the creative juices and gets your loins going, and then you're just like into it, you're locked in like this guy on the chair over here. Music that makes you throw it back, because who doesn't like good music that makes you want to throw it back? Showing off that big ass bakery you got, the dump truck on the other side of the block, and you can show off your cake on the freaking window. It's amazing. The narrative that's intertwined with the gameplay, that always hits, especially like, oh, what's like a good example of that? Like, I don't know, God of War is very heavily in the narrative side, shit like that. You get it when they get you get the feels, you get the good characters, all that stuff. Play interaction through cooperative means. I'm more of a co-op slut myself. I think you guys might be, who knows? Some people like different stuff, different folks. And, of course, the reason why we all like gaming is because it gets us hard with fun. So let's get into the next thing, which is I'm going to go full-on gameplay. Wow! Oh my god, do we love gameplay. Holy shit. Literally the meat and potatoes of games, guys. Like, you can't have a game without gameplay. Literally in the title of video games. That's how you do it. can be really cool when the game mechanics are tied to the world building or narrative of the game. So an example of that would be Amori's emotion system with the turn-based combat, because the game takes place with like very heavy psychological and emotional states, and they kind of use that to their advantage in the combat system using a rock paper scissors system, and it's pretty cool. Really dark, so don't check it out if you can't handle it. But if you can't handle it, go for it. Slay game. Bloodborne Strike Weapons is also another example of that, because they use it's what the hunters use in that world, and yeah. Yeah. Another thing would be adding creative spins on common mechanics seen throughout various games, which can be very refreshing or even really fun to play with. So two examples for that would be Sea of Stars' weakness system, because normally games just have like, oh, turn-based combat, this enemy's weak to this. But in this game, all enemies are typically weak to most things. The only issue is you got to figure out the right abilities that you got to use in order to break their weakness, so you can get free stuns and stop them from their strong attacks, which is a pretty cool way to putting a spin on that. Dark Souls 2 also has a cool system with power stancing. So instead of dual wielding weapons, if you have enough stats, you have the ability to do very creative combos, and it changes up depending on which weapons you use in both of your hands. Pretty cool system. Let's get into the music, baby. I wish I could put in some songs, but I know it won't work. So you just gotta watch some silly gifs of dancing. But I think we all like it because the background music for different areas allows for more vibes and personality for the worlds and levels. Like, if you were to go to like a Pokemon game and go to a certain area, you'd be like, yeah, I know that shit because of that area. Or if you were to go to a Mario world and you were to go to like World 4, the Ice World or some shit, you would know. Like, everyone knows the 1-1 soundtrack, or the 2-1 soundtrack, or is it 1-2? I can't remember. It's been a while since I played Mario. But those are good examples of it. Boss music also, people like to go crazy on boss music, having gospel for, or the choir in the background that's just going way too hard and so intense, making you clench your butt cheeks when you're in the boss room. Or even they just throw noises at you and you're just getting that adrenaline. So let's get on to the plot, baby. You know what I'm talking about. That good story. It's definitely a way for most people to get immersed into the world of the game. Really make you feel like you're a part of this world and able to, I guess, do your thing as part of the story. Whether what MC you're playing as. Having plot linked to unlocking new mechanics or meeting new characters are essential to the main story, which is really cool when they do that, because it really makes certain moments hit super hard. Like boss fights in Final Fantasy 16, that really added another layer to those boss fights that were already like crazy as heck when they would usually throw in something new in the middle of it. And it was really cool when they did that. Or the classic unlocking new abilities in any Metroidvania. A good example of that would be like Ori, because a lot of the abilities are linked to story beats within the plot that you go through. So it's pretty cool like that. My mouth is so dry right now. Holy shit. I have no lube. My gosh. Alright, PvP and co-op shooting, boys. This is where people prefer PvP shooting or co-op shooting. Now, different strokes for different folks, but if you want to stroke me, co-op is the way to go. Of course. I do love me a good co-op game, like having multiple players work together towards a certain goal. Always fun. Overcooked's a good example. Pico Park, a lot of chaos, a lot of silliness. It's great. Co-op games usually have a goofy, curated experience. I find that's typically what they are working with. How silly can they go with a certain mechanic and then just make a whole game out of it? And it's great. It's fantastic. PvP party games are also pretty fun if you have silly competition like Pummel Party or Golf with your friends. Just having a lot of goofy competition, you know? Get the silly willies out. But team-based PvP games aren't too shabby either. They don't get me throbbing like co-op or party games, but they're pretty solid as long as you got other people to suffer with you. And that's it. Wow, that wasn't a thing that showed up. The end.
Yeah, any questions?
In classic noob
No
fashion. In classic noob fashion. So what gets you shitting like co-op style? Like what is like your top co-op shitting game?
Top co-op games. I wish I had the brain power to list stuff off the top of my head. I mean, I could look off my Steam. It Takes Two is pretty solid. Even Op's a good puzzle platformer. Biped's really goofy with walking. Overcooked's a classic of just chaos everywhere. I don't know. I find there's like new things that show up all the time. Risk of Rain's a good one. I don't know. There's a bunch because I am wet for games. So I don't know about you guys, but yeah.
What is your opinion on Castle Crashers?
Castle Crashers. I do like Castle Crashers. I've never been able to beat it though. I know it gets really difficult and it has like some silly willies in it, but I've never fully gone through it. Always wanted to, never have. I've started it up so many times, but I've never actually gone through the entirety of it.
I understand. I just had to ask because I just went through Castle Crashers with Spooky.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you guys have a fun time?
Crying, sobbing.
Crying and sobbing.
I'm
'Cause
sobbing.
I know the
I'm
game
crying,
ramps up
I'm
really,
down.
really hard in difficulty.
I had to ask.
They want you
about
to
that.
grind.
Yeah, we didn't have time. Other questions from the judges?
Yeah, what is your comfort game? Like the one that you always come back to?
My comfort game?
Yeah.
Okay, this is like a thing with like most media. I'm not a guy that replays things. I don't like going back into watching things. Only very rarely do I do that, I think, but most of like 99% of the time I'm not that guy.
Okay.
I'm not that guy. I was looking for like the new thing. I'm going through Souls games. That's fun. That's great. I'm loving it. I'm getting my cheeks spread open. I'm getting bent over. They're throwing the soap on the floor, and it's great. It's
Done in new fashion.
play it if you like a little bit of suffering.
What's your favorite Soul so far?
I'm working my way through 3, and 3 is great, but I don't think I've played enough of it to have a take on it yet.
Yeah.
But out of the ones I've played, I say Bloodborne.
Let's go! Hell yeah! Bloodborne
Bloodborne
for the win.
Demon Souls remake was pretty close to that because I like the environment and how they did the remake for it. But other than that, Bloodborne was pretty solid, pretty good. Dude,
Bloodborne was
Orphan
my
of
first
Cause
Souls-like.
ate my ass out for breakfast.
Yeah.
All teeth, no tongue. It was rough. It was so rough.
I will say I did Orphan of Cause with my wife, and she put all of her stats into Vitality. So she was doing
Oh,
no
no.
damage, but she was trading blows with Orphan of Cause while I'm like getting two-shotted. It was fun to watch.
Oh god. Yeah, also Maria was also clapping my ass too. The backstrokes on those hits, whenever I dodge, I always get hit by them.
Maria's
Not fun, man.
She's a fun.
I thought I missed, and she slaps my ass. I'm like, bro, how you doing that?
Any more questions from the judges by chance? Okay.
Which video
Okay,
game character have you had the most parasocial relationship with?
The most parasocial relationship with? I don't even know how I would answer that. Because I feel like there's when it comes to like narrative things, I find it's like there's some scenarios where I just like relate to it, not necessarily the characters, but more so the situation they're going through. Like fuck, I don't know if this might be a little bit spoiler, but like in God of War, they have a lot of like father-son moments, and they really show like Kratos like really he cares for his son, even though he's like super harsh on him, really pushing him. And they have moments where they kind of like bring that to fruition, and they show both of them like kind of showing themselves. What's it called? What's the phrase? It's like what? Wearing your emotions on your sleeves or whatever. That thing. They really did that, and there's like moments where I really related with that. I thought that was really cool. Made me shed some tears. So yeah, I think that's a good example of it. I think. I don't know. Take your pick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very
Anyone
cool.
want to ask,
Very cool.
anyone want to ask the audience question? Otherwise, I'll go for it.
Go
Yeah.
for it.
Oh my god, I just saw it.
I just saw it, dude.
Bear, you say it. You say it.
Fine.
You-
Would you use a pickle as a controller to play a Soul game?
I
Wait.
don't know how to do that. I've seen people
Wait,
do like
somebody did that.
potatoes.
It is
I know
doable,
people did,
actually.
I know people did
done
Yeah.
No, I think
potatoes
somebody did that actually. They beat Dark
With a
Souls 2
pickle?
with it.
with a pickle.
They beat
Yeah,
the
they,
pickle?
they did like a whole bunch of different pickles for like the different actions. Like they did like the whole like the connectors to the different things
Yeah.
to make to simulate a controller. I think someone actually did that with pickles.
Oh, I've
Oh,
seen
was it a
bananas.
hamburger? It was one of the two.
I haven't seen a pickle.
That
I don't know how to
is
set that up.
impressive.
I'm not smart enough for that.
Yeah, that's some crazy
If
shit.
I don't know if I ever got good enough at a Souls game, maybe one day. But the only issue is that your hands would get like slimy and wet while smacking them. You know, that's
mean,
not gonna
just
feel
wear
very
gloves.
comfy.
Is
Just
there?
wear
Unless you
gloves.
dry out a pickle, I guess. But that's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's a jerky pickle.
A jerky pickle.
You jerk the pickle.
You could jerk the pickle. That is true. You could jerk it.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Is there a genre of games that should just die out? Like, just needs to not exist anymore?
I
In your
don't.
opinion?
I don't think I hate a game genre enough because I kind of go all over the place. I think there's only like two genres that I don't really gel with because they require so much, or they're just not my thing. Like horror, because I always shit bricks with them. Well, it depends. It depends on the game. Sometimes I shit bricks, sometimes I don't. But I'm not usually that guy to go into a horror game because I don't want to shit bricks. I know people are diehards for horror, so I'm not gonna say to die it out because people love horror. But also hardcore strategy games where you're like min-maxing the fuck out of like all kinds of things, whether it's civilization or how people are doing things. That I feel like it's too much things for my brain to process. I do like strategy, but not when it goes like super hardcore.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
That makes sense.
I
And
agree.
it's personal preference. It makes sense, but also
Mhm.
have to go with like as a hot take a little bit. But yes, thank you so much, Newt. Hopefully this was good. Thank you. Is there anything else from the judges? Checking, pending.
One thing.
One thing.
I love your model. It looks
Thank
awesome.
you.
It is really nice.
It's really adorable. I'm liking just the pixel chibi is awesome.
Thank you.
Oh,
Let's go. That's all that.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Yes, I'm glad that you were able to show your model, Newt. I know it's been in the works for a while, and I remember chatting about it while we were doing what is it called? What was that game? Sonic Racing?
Yeah, Sonic.
Yeah, that one. Well, for Sonic Week.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That Doom. I don't know why he was in there, but he's in there.
Yep. And I was Anya. Not
Yeah.
doing good, but yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, dude. Folks, give your like GGs, get like literally GGs is actually very fitting for this. In the chat, some hype emos, some clap for Newt as he has spread his cheeks for this presentation. I hope you're proud of me that I said that.
No worries. I was stressing before, but now I'm fine.
No, you did great.
I'm fine.
We had fun. Okay, next but last but not least, we have Mira.
Oh,
Yeah.
my sister is here. Let's go.
Yeah, I am trying to see what I'm supposed to capture. Cool. And then let me do one thing that looks like it fits well on the screen. And then let me open the one file because I was requesting.
All right, because it's Mira, I will be judging harshly.
That's fine. Live your best life. Just Mira, let me know when to play that one. The mod. I hope it plays well. Honestly.
Okay.
But yes, thank you so much for doing this, and also everyone who's participated. Thank you. I am having a blast. It's always fun learning about people's interests. Oh, what the fuck did I just do? Hold on.
What'd you do?
Oh no.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Bear's breaking her stream.
I am breaking my stream.
Oh my goodness.
It's my fault.
It always happens.
Barry!
Doesn't it? I swear, when I do the actual like full edit of this, I'm gonna be like technical difficulty, slap on the TV type of thing. multiple
You know, that's
times.
fair.
Yeah, it just have a picture of Barry wrapped around with wires.
You know what? Wouldn't be a bad idea.
All right, time to start arting, pulling out
No.
my pens.
Oh
Yep,
gosh.
yep.
Oh gosh. It was a suggestion.
Art,
It
no,
wasn't
no,
like-
art that Mira, and then add all of us, like the three of us, the judges, like pointing at her, being like, "What the fuck?"
Oh God! Why is it now?
Because it's all your fault.
It's not my fault.
It's so your fault.
Oh my God! Please don't attack
All right.
me right now.
Bang number 3 is done. I need to get bang number 4. Be right back.
Okay.
Damn, stop drinking.
That's fine. While I'm getting set up for this, I
Oh.
could actually, I'm probably gonna run ads real quick, y'all. During this time, so yeah, we're gonna run ads. I need a moment. I accidentally broke my stream a little bit. I accidentally pressed something I shouldn't have. So yeah, we're gonna run ads for 3 minutes, and this is the time to stand up, stretch, hydrate, take care of yourself, give yourself love and self care because y'all fucking deserve it. Thank you for being here, like judges, participants, viewers. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you. We're just gonna run ads. You're not gonna miss anything. Probably some side chatter, if anything. That's all gonna happen. So yeah, running ads now. Also, if honestly, participants, if you want to unmute and all that stuff and chat a bit, you could go for it. Just please don't be, you know, we're on stream for subs and turbo people. But yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm just gonna yap my way through.
Did it break because of the thing you needed to, you know, load?
No, it's because I accidentally touched something that I shouldn't have touched, if that makes sense.
Okay. You know what? As someone who always touches things that she shouldn't, I get
Why
it.
did you touch it, Atterbury?
Because it was right there.
I forget that Control Z doesn't do exactly what it does like in IRL. That's why. Or another thing, if that makes sense. That's what happened. Like all my stuff like disappeared, and I'm just like, well, fuck me for that. Yeah. Okay. I think it's ready now, so I just rather run the ad so it doesn't go through another presentation, which I'm like, I should have timed it better. But also, I know folks needed a break real quick, and we've been powering through these.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my heart is very, very, very full today. I'm just saying. Like, and it's been fun coordinating this. I feel very honored that I have people that are willing to share a piece of themselves, honestly. Like that, I feel very fortunate. And so I am very, very grateful. And like also folks just going into my creative endeavors, as I like to call them and dub them, the stupid ideas. You could go talk. You could unmute y'all. It'll just be VIP content if you want to. Like,
I'm pretty sure I couldn't say that on your
Hey
stream.
guys, I was nervous. Wait, you call on me, right? Just to be sure.
Bro, you can say that.
I could also
Hey, with your chat.
I could deafen, like they could hear if you want to talk to each other. Otherwise, I could put it on the stream end of things. Like I can hide that real quick. But no, y'all did really good. I feel like I've been inspo on doing some things. I feel I've been too seen on a couple of things. I feel the stupidity has shown.
I'm sure you decided to end with the one that's emotional. I got you.
Perfect. Hi, Yellow. Oh, yo.
Hi, Leo.
But no, I appreciate y'all. I hope this has been good, and then we will tighten this up in the future. I don't know. Would y'all do this again, or do another, or
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Preferably without my computer trying to die a couple days before.
Real. That's real.
Leo, we can unmute.
Yeah, you could just chat.
Leo.
Oh, my mic was muted. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Don't worry. Yeah.
Leo, my spirit animal.
Spirit animal.
Yeah.
I muted Discord and I muted my mic by accident.
I do
It's
both
okay.
in the time. Like I
Yeah.
usually mute my streams and all that stuff, but I really appreciate folks. Honestly, seriously.
I got you, gamer.
And then ads are done now. So I think once a couple of folks are back, once I get a check with the judges to be here and all that stuff, we'll do a quick deliberation and all that, and then we'll announce the winner and all that. And participants, you'll get you'll get your participation prizes after once I'm done with this chaos. I am in hour. What is the hour right now? 31.
Oh my god.
5 more hours.
Did you sleep at least?
I did. I slept 5 hours, but 5 hours is nothing.
What? That's my daily sleeping time.
Well, 5 hours is nothing when you have a stream on, if that makes sense. Because it's in the back of your mind, you're like, oh my god, is something gonna happen on stream? Because that literally was just going.
We have a lot of things on your
back
mind.
to
You
someone
wake up a
dropping
lot.
100 subs.
Miss sleep.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah. And so
Yeah.
I also didn't have a mod at that time, but I found 2 at that time. And so I
What's
feel
a
very
mod?
grateful for them spotting. So yeah. Dirk, if you're here, can you do shout outs for everyone, please? That'd be appreciated.
Going in raw dog.
Button to
I'm gonna
turn
mod
things on.
Okay.
Just see what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have. Oh.
Yeah, I would love
yeah,
to
no.
capture moments. I would love to ask like afterwards and all this stuff, like highlights,
Google it.
things we got. It would be really fun. I have ideas if I want to do like post production stuff actually for this. And so yeah. This is good. This is good. And also welcome back from Az everyone. We're pending people coming back. And then we'll get started with the last presentation. I really should have done a midway break. That is something I need to note in the future. But I also was just like, okay, we going. Yeah.
Oh.
But also, Mira, your model's adorable.
No, you.
No, you.
No, you.
Okay. But yeah. So cute though.
Listen, she has a bald spot. Do you see it?
Do you need me, Mira? You're a sensibling. You could ask me for my service. I could plastic surgery you.
Honestly, I don't think it. Is it on both sides? It is on both sides.
Yeah.
Trust me, we all
So
needed
use a
one.
reflective warp. I know how sense works. I've been fixing the siblings model for the past few months.
Oh my god.
Ask me,
You're
yeah.
the Zen
It's all
fixer.
good. Yeah, yeah. I got you, gamer. Also, Leo, what is happening? Why are you standing there?
I'm pressing every button.
Thank you for the care package, Yellow. Thank you for the stretch, and I will hydrate.
Try the option and look for the control.
Why are you T-Bus?
Barry, you streamed for like 36 hours. How does that feel?
30
That's
hours?
actually insane. Yeah.
Tired. That's how I feel. Like
I
genuinely
thought so.
tired is where I'm at. But I feel very accomplished. I feel very clean, if that makes sense. It's probably
That's
a big
good.
thing. Because there's many times in life that I don't. But I feel very appreciative of all the folks who I've met.
Oh.
And also the people I've interacted, and also the people who are just honestly willing to survive. Like that is the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely like very honored because it's been a wild year in terms of the streaming career, I would say.
I'm back.
Like active. Welcome back. Okay, I think
Welcome
everyone
back,
is
man.
back. Right, Jiro, Spooky, you're here, and Mira's here. Okay, participants, if you're not speaking, mute. And we are gonna get started with Mira Jane DS.
Correction,
What was
it's Mira Jane dipshit.
This S really?
I just know it's DS. Okay, my bad. I okay. The floor is yours.
It's
Bye.
it's Mira Jane. It's Mira Jane dope shit.
No, it's dipshit.
The floor is all yours. You're also live now.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do the funnies. I don't have many funnies. What I do have is this guy, right? What? Wrong shot. I'm sorry. He decided to just flop. I have this guy right here. I'm gonna be talking about my doggo. Now, am I gonna be talking about my doggo because he's more than just a dog? As you might be able to notice, and my camera's dying. I don't know why. Sorry about that. So what is up with him? His name is Legion. I named him that because he has a big task at hand. To those who know me, I have quite a few mental disorders. I'm not going to name them down because then we would never talk, and there's a set time to go through with this. But I'm shorten my boy. I'm put him up here, let him do his thing, let him nap, while we go ahead and get to meet him. So I got him in September 2021. I contacted his breeder. I told him the characteristics that I needed in the dog, purchased him. He saw which one of the puppies in the litter fit what I needed, and on December 23rd, he arrived in my country. He shipped from Switzerland, and as soon as I got him, it was at first sight. You'd see, like,